Abortion is an incredibly complex and controversial issue that elicits strong emotions and opinions from people of all walks of life. On one side of the debate, there are those who argue that a woman should have the right to choose whether to continue a pregnancy or not. They believe that a woman's autonomy and bodily integrity should be respected, and that she should have the freedom to make decisions about her own reproductive health. Proponents of this viewpoint often emphasize the importance of access to safe and legal abortion services, as well as the potential benefits to women and families in terms of economic stability, career opportunities, and overall quality of life. On the other side of the debate, there are those who believe that life begins at conception, and that abortion is equivalent to taking an innocent human life. They argue that every human being, regardless of their stage of development, has a right to life, and that this right should be protected by law. For many who hold this viewpoint, abortion is seen as a moral issue, deeply rooted in religious beliefs and the sanctity of life. They often advocate for stricter regulations on abortion, with the ultimate goal of reducing or eliminating its occurrence altogether. The debate surrounding abortion is further complicated by differing opinions on when personhood begins. Some believe that personhood begins at conception, while others argue that it begins at a certain stage of fetal development or at birth. These differing perspectives on personhood influence how individuals understand the rights and considerations that should be afforded to a fetus in relation to mother's rights and autonomy. Ethical questions arise such as, at what point does a fetus acquire the same moral status as a born human being? One argument in favor of abortion rights is the concept of bodily autonomy. Supporters argue that just as individuals have the right to make decisions regarding their own bodies, a woman should have the right to decide whether or not to continue a pregnancy. They highlight the fact that pregnancy and childbirth can have significant physical and emotional impacts on a woman's life, and that she should have the freedom to choose what is best for her own well-being. Additionally, they point out that forcing a woman to carry a pregnancy to term against her will can be seen as a violation of her bodily autonomy and personal liberty. Opponents of abortion, however, argue that the rights and interests of the fetus should also be taken into account. They contend that the fetus is a separate and distinct individual with its own unique DNA and potential for life. From their perspective, the rights of the fetus should not be undermined or disregarded in favor of the mother's rights. I believe that society has a moral obligation to protect and defend the rights of the unborn, and that abortion is a violation of those rights. The legality and accessibility of abortion also play a significant role in the debate. In many countries, the laws surrounding abortion vary greatly, with some allowing for unrestricted access, others permitting it under certain circumstances, and some outlawing it altogether. This variance in legislation contributes to ongoing societal and political debates about the balance between individual rights and societal interests, as well as the role of government in regulating reproductive choices. In conclusion, abortion is a deeply divisive and contentious issue that raises profound questions about ethics, human rights, and the role of government in individual reproductive choices. The debate surrounding abortion encompasses complex considerations, such as bodily autonomy, personhood, and the rights of the fetus. Both sides of the argument present valid and compelling points, reflecting deeply held beliefs and values. Understanding and engaging with the multifaceted nature of this debate is crucial in order to foster meaningful dialogue and work towards constructive solutions. Prioritize the well-being and autonomy of individuals while respecting diverse perspectives and ethical frameworks.